Boom, 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 boom. Ha! Boy, it sure is being the drummer for the Roots, which is what I am, the drummer for the Roots, Questlove. I should make a call to my dear old friend. Beep boop bop bop. Hello, Glenn Close? It's me, Questlove, the drummer from the Roots. Yes, it is. Hi, I have a request. The Oscars are coming up on this coming Sunday, and I would love for you to do a little sketch for me. Because you know, I'm Questlove from the Roots. I work with Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon was on Saturday Night Live. Yes. Okay. Would you mind doing some research on the song "Da Butt" and also, quite possibly, doing the dance? Cool. See you later, yo.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the Academy Awards news you didn't know about. The Oscars were this past Sunday, and what am I saying? You didn't watch? No one but me did. Me and 9 million of my best buddies all on a Discord chat. Speaking of Discord, so the show wasn't exactly a hit. The venue was a train station. The winners were all seemingly telegraphed, given that they were sitting in the main dining room while the losers were in a theater. And Guillermo from Jimmy Kimmel Live was disrespectfully given the worst spot on the red carpet. The show is on his home network, for crying out loud. Okay, but there were also the moments that would be talked about. Daniel Kaluuya talked about his parents having sex, Minari star Yoo Young-jung crushed hard on Brad Pitt, and Glenn Close did Da Butt, which may or may not have been, but definitely was, scripted. Ratings aside, to say this year's show wasn't an anomaly would not be giving it credit. The main criticism is that the show was so bland. Yes, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences had a little longer than usual planned it out. The Grammys may have lapped it in entertainment value. However, with no host, all the good parts of the show rely on pre-written bits shepherded by people with little to no attachment to the subject matter. They get up, do their little shtick, and sit down. Where's the fun in that? Trevor Noah ran the Grammys with such ease, it was like watching, well, a good host do what they were meant to do. And another thing, if we're going to bring back hosts, make sure to get a host. Get a Jimmy Kimmel, a Whoopi, an Ellen. Don't get someone because of their star power. Save that for the Lunas. Wait for clapping to die down. 3, 2, 1. Look, I get it. Taking down the filmular institutions who seemingly only approve of prestige film while avoiding what you like is a move most people would make. But it's not exactly the smartest. Who cares what the Academy deems best, and who cares what you think? The worst thing to come out of all this would be that you wasted 2 hours of your life. I waste 2 hours every week making this show. And also, every movie that's ever been nominated is going to end up free on a streaming service like Pluto TV or Tubi anyway. This episode isn't about dunking on the Oscars. It's about how this year's show was made during a pandemic, which, might I add, is still going on, so put on a mask even if you're vaxxed up, yo. And yeah, I realize I'm not cool enough to say yo, but just roll with it, ma. Producers for this year's Academy Awards included director Steven Soderbergh, Stacey Sher, and Jesse Collins. They were criticized for their decision not to allow nominees to appear from home, even if they lived across the ocean. Remember, pandemic. The decision was reversed and the result was a bunch of green screen awkwardness, but it's better than forcing people to dive for a statue of a little gold naked man. All of the live performances were pre-taped segments in the pre-show. Obviously, that added to the boringness of the main show. A show, mind you, that was still over 3 hours long. A show that had barely enough time for its own in memoriam segment. Look how fast those names are flying by. Some of those people are probably still alive. Oh, and with all the light speed in the world, the Academy still missed a bunch of names like Jessica Walter, Naya Rivera, and Adam Schlesinger. They were probably there, but the only people who could see it are Grant Gustin, John Wesley Shipp, Ezra Miller, and Michael Rosenbaum. Clapping, 3, 2, 1. ABC's executive VP of unscripted and alternative entertainment at Walt Disney Television, Rob Mills, sat down with Variety's Michael Schneider to discuss what made this Oscars different from the rest. Like the general lack of jokes, the crux of the show was a true display for a love of movies. Actors recounted why they started acting, and those who could not speak for their love were spoken for. Earnestness is fine to a point. At some juncture, you have to be able to point at yourself and laugh. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler took jabs at the Hollywood Foreign Press Association during their stint of hosting the Golden Globes last year. Why won't the Academy allow the same? Clips of the movies were also dropped, but speeches ran for their full time because producers were worried about the show coming up too short. A short Oscars is better than a meandering one, just like episodes of this show. The past year in film has been a grueling departure from what we know. Still, we've seen a glimpse into the future of how we watch. The Oscars points to a future where a passion for film will drive butts to theater seats. Streamers, theaters, and studios will work in tandem to keep us entertained. Unless the Academy turns things around, no one's going to be paying attention. And that is why I am throwing my hat into the ring to host. It'll be funny and earnest and diverse. Please, 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 Oscars, Academy, I need this job. Okay, well, while you think about that, why don't you also think about subscribing and checking out one of our other videos? Of course, you can head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where there are sometimes interviews with your favorite comedians. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And what's up, guys? You made a decision yet?